see someone's in there. Welcome. Move my windows around, trying to make sure I can see what's going on my end. And monitor the chat, you know. We'll get started pretty soon. Today I will be working on the Discord bot. The music is way too loud. Let's quiet this down some more. Okay, now the music is still too loud. That's more like it. Wouldn't want my voice to be drowned out by this dope music. Anyway, so today we'll be working on the Discord bot, wage bot. So that should be all fine and dandy. We have much work to do. I'm excited. I hope you're excited as well. Get going in just another couple minutes. What's going on, Moose? Welcome to the chat. We'll be working on the Discord bot very soon, very soon. In just a couple minutes. In the meantime, got the dope music playing. And I heard back from the people from Storyblocks. They said it isn't actually a problem to play music in the background of a Twitch chat. So that's good. Security exception, so I can run some code that Apple doesn't want me to run. It's Pig Changer. I somehow screwed up the way it installs. Now we can see everything. This is fantastic. All right, let's hop into it. Let's get this bad boy going. What's going on, everyone? It's me, Nate. I'm here. I don't know why I'm clicking all over things, moving all my windows around. Oh great, and just when I get here, everyone leaves, so I'm down to one viewer. Fantastic, love to see it. So, as you can see, my editor is mad at me. It's complaining about all sorts of things. So, hopefully, we can fix that. So, among other things, everything is just shoved into this 363-line main.go file, which is a lot of stuff. You can see I've got a few things pulled out into functions. Not everything. Oh, ouch. I have a one viewer. Well, thank you, my one viewer, for sticking in there. So this is quite a bit of stuff we got to do. Let's just take a look at the first. Let's see. So let's just read it from the top. So of course we read in a configuration. Which is going to be in a file called config.toml. We'll move that later on someplace else, but right now it just lives in the directory that you're running it from. Let's open up netrw. So there's our config.toml. Reads in the configuration. So then we get the app ID. We read the API token from the environment, because I don't want to accidentally put the API token out there, so it's sourced into my environment. It'll eventually go into config.toml when this is production ready. So then I call this initialize DG function, which is down here, which just sets up all the stuff that you need in the Discord Go client to get going. So I ask for a new bot. Then I set a bunch of things that I want to track. as well as my intents, which will have to be narrowed down later. So let's add in a to do get only the necessary intents. That's fantastic. And then we have to set these handlers for ready events, guild create channel events, and guild members events. And then we need to open up the Discord Go thing, wait for it to be ready, and then if it doesn't go ready after 10 seconds, then it will return an error, which will eventually kill the program. Ketsu says, "What language is this? It's neither Rust nor C. WTF?" Yeah, this is a language that most people don't know of. It's called Go. It's made by this little tiny startup company called Google. It's fantastic. Go where? Go home. Or go Google for Google. So then it'll return a models.global config. I'm gonna probably rename this. This is like a singleton that I've defined that just stores the initial state of the Discord Go client. My flight is in 2 days. Damn, can't go home. Sorry to hear that, Ketsu. And then it stores the Discord Go session from that connection. You'll see I've also just come up with some other stuff. A server struct that includes the guild, and then the channel prefix and role prefix. These are for the servers that this bot is going to be configured on. That way it can support multiple servers instead of just the one that it's been set to. I also have a new model in here called Focus Room that includes the channel that it's in, the name of the role specific to that channel, and all the users. The number is just the ID of the channel. Maybe I should rename that to channel ID. Space rename. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. And then delete is just if I want to delete it or not, if it's marked for deletion or not. So hopefully that should help clean up the logic a little bit, clean up a couple of things. Ketsu says, "Music is so loud I can barely hear you. Can you speak up?" You see, this is the stuff I need to hear. Let me turn down the music a little bit. Fantastic. Thanks, Ketsu, for the suggestion. We'll wait until another song comes in and see if I'm still getting absolutely blown out by my music. Hopefully we shouldn't be. It's tough to figure it out without it's tough to figure it out without like being able to listen at the same time, and I can't listen while I'm streaming. It's good now. Yeah, this track isn't very loud though, so I'm afraid it might get worse as the track comes to a crescendo, but we'll see. So anyway, once that happens, then we go back into, so once we've initialized the Discord Go client, we will open up a SQLite data store, which is in here. It's a little bit of code that talks to a SQLite and tries to grab information about the server. It's kind of written in a way that it's generic over the database type used, so I can switch to a more real database in a later time, or just leave it as SQLite for now. See, now the music is kind of coming to a little bit of a louder part, but it's probably fine from what I can tell. So this is fun. So we have SQL configuration stored in a SQLite server. Fantastic. Thank you. It's good. So then we get into the meat of the program, where we are setting up the servers. We're getting the configuration for every server that's configured to. We're going to have to, we're throwing all the servers into a map. We're going to have to figure out how to route server ready requests into the proper thing. So we're reading from this guild create chan, which, like I said, it reads from this guild create handler function. So on this read, we're going to have to properly map these to the right places. So that's going to be fun. And then all this stuff is going to have to be abstracted out. So this is going to be making a focus room by getting all the channels, determining which ones need to become focus rooms, and then deal with them. determining which ones are focus rooms, and then we work on those. Then we get all the voice states for all the users, determine which ones of them are inside of focus rooms. Then in each focus room, figure out if they're in there or not. If they are, if there's no one in them, then mark it for deletion. Then we have to unmark for deletion the ones that the one that's the lowest number, or the ones with people in them. Actually, the ones with people in them aren't marked for deletion. And then we have to go through and start making the new wage cages or focus rooms. I'm gonna rename all of the references to wage cage to focus room because I think this could be used. It's a better name, and it'll make more sense, especially if a gaming server wants to use this app or whatever. Then eventually, so this is one that deletes everything. Then eventually, what we'll do is create a new focus room as well as its role. And then what's here? Member store, guild members, focus rooms. So then this assigns the role out to, it checks to see who the guild crate and members. Oh man, this is tough to describe. We're gonna be passing in some channels. That's what I know. So for each guild, we will, let's see, how do we want to do this? We'll make a var, call it guilds, and channels colon equals will be a struct that holds a ID, which is going to be of type string. It will hold a, let's see, it'll hold a guild chan and a members chan, and that will be the guild chan will be of this, let's see, create guild chan. So that is going to be over here, channel of guild create, pointer to discord go.guild create. Guild chan is that. And then a members chan will be a guild members chunk. So we have that, and then we will initialize this struct. Actually, we don't want that. We want guilds and channels. So what we'll do is make this a slice of that struct. And then within here, we will do, actually we'll just make an empty slice for now. And we don't actually need that. So guilds and channels declared but not used. So then, for each one of these bad boys in all of the guilds, we will likely want to, sorry, I'm trying to think of exactly how we want to do this. Guilds and channels equals append guilds and channels, comma. What are we adding into this guilds and channels slice here? We're going to want to, I want to define this struct elsewhere, just so it's a little bit easier to deal with. We will get rid of this later. So we'll do struct GC guild and channel. No. Guilds and channels. Of course, this is a type of struct. Struct. So we have that. And then instead of manually describing this, we'll do, let's call it guild info pipes will be a slice of guilds and channels. Oh, gotta initialize it. Haha. Declared not used. Fantastic. So we'll call this guild info pipes equals append guild info pipes, and what we'll append to it is a new one for each. We'll append one of these guilds and channels. Should be guild and channels. Let me fix that. Guild and channels. So we'll append the guilds info pipes to a, let's see, we'll append on the end of that a guild and channels. Whoops. Oops. Oops. And then the guild ID will be g.id, and then we'll make a channel for each of those. And then we'll make this function take in a guild info. Let's see. Info pipe colon equals. What we'll do is we'll actually do this appending later. Info pipe. Oh, it's, yeah, LSP's not mad at me even though everything's on the wrong line. I hope what I did just made sense. So make a ginfo pipe of type guilds and channels. We'll append that to the list of all the guilds and their channels. And then what we will do is do a function that, what does this function do? This will take in the guild info pipe. Info pipe, and that's going to be of type guild and channels, which is fantastic. So this info pipe, guilds and channels, is how the guild create handler function and the guild members chunk function will connect to the whole thing. Someone to create a new Go routine for everything. Not really proficient in Go. It is not normal, but when you have to work with asynchronous things and parallel processing of things, it is pretty normal. So like all of the things that you pass into the Discord API that send back on. It's kind of a very asynchronous API, so you have to write code very asynchronously to deal with it, if that makes any sense. So the ready handler I'm not going to need to modify, but the guild members chunk function and the guild create handler function will need to be modified. Isn't a way to queue them up and execute as they finish, or does Go handle all of that? Isn't there? Let's see. So basically, the way it works is when you run that Go, when you use that Go keyword, what it does is it takes all of the information in there. Oh, let's see. What it does is it takes all the arguments to your function and it gives them to a new Go routine, which is basically you can think of it like a thread, even though it's not quite as heavyweight as a thread. And then it executes that function on its own, in its own area. Let's call it a thread. So it executes that function on its own thread, and then you can communicate between threads by using channels, which are basically just one-way data pipes. So for something like this, where we have to set a callback, green threads basically, yeah. Exactly. So the way this works is you set a callback for different types of messages that come from the Discord API, and then that callback is called in a Go routine. And then when that callback is called, you need to route that to the rest of your application. So that's what I'm trying to do here, if that makes any sense. So let's go back up to the top here. Let's see. Sorry about that. A friend of mine is dealing with a problem, so I gotta look at my phone every once in a while. So anyway, so we have this guild info pipes. So this is going to be enough information to route everything. However, ooh, this music is pretty epic. Now I'm going to get coding. Ooh. This is that stuff. Also, just shout out to Apple. I'm doing this whole stream thing, dropping no frames, and it's using like 5.5% of my CPU on OBS, which is amazing. I go to system monitor. What's it called? Activity monitor. I mean, look at this. This is great. I don't know why I didn't switch to L-take, hate Apple no matter what. Dude, look at how efficiently it's dealing with all this, you know? I'm using half a CPU for OBS Studio, half a CPU for the Windows server, half a CPU for Firefox, and everything else is using freaking nothing. Maybe Discord is using something. 0.1. I guess it's because I don't have Discord focus, so it doesn't really pay attention to anything. Nah, dude, I'm like, this is good. 12% system, 19% user. Idle, 67%. I could legitimately, I can do whatever I want with this computer. This is amazing. Anyway, what was I trying to do? We've got this guild info pipe, and we probably want a mutex somewhere. No, we don't. Let's see. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this function and we are going to abstract it out and name it because it looks hard. It's hard to look at right now. So this one will be, what should we call this function? This will be like set off server processing. And it'll take its own channels, and then it will read from them when the old version that only worked on one channel was reading. So add the guild struct to the server once it comes in from the guild create channel. So then what we'll do is do info pipe dot guild chan, and we'll read that. Then we can copy all the code from up here. That happens after we read from the guild info channel. There we go. So we can just copy all of this because none of this matters with anything. So this is all fantastic. Big refactor going on here. Member store, read guild members. So this is where we'll stop from here. We'll go back here. So we'll name this to guild : equals that. Oh, it's too mad at me. I think it's mad because, oh, this is busted. Let's do that. And then it's gonna be mad at me up here. We'll do this. Expected semicolon? Why is it expecting a semicolon? There we go. So we got all this stuff. I don't think we need this. Oh, I just realized it doesn't even look like I'm looking at my thing on the stream. Let me, I don't know what I have to do. I guess if I just switch my monitors around. I'm looking away, which looks weird. I'll have to fix that. Actually, you know what? I can fix that. Just move this over here. Move this over here. Here we are. So now I'm looking at my thing. How great is that? That's much better. Anyway. So now we have this routine that DB is declared not used, server is declared not used. We'll add some stuff in here. We'll get some use out of those bad boys. Anyway, so we're also reading in the guild members and doing that stuff, which is all fine and dandy, and that has to happen for each thing. So that is fantastic. So this one will be move the panes or splits or whatever the hell. Yeah, it'd be panes, I guess. So we gotta figure out what that argument to this function is. It holds all that stuff I want. Info pipe. So we'll read from info pipe dot members chan. So now it looks like it's missing the DG, and oh, this is gross. There's a lot of stuff going on there. I'm not gonna worry about it. We'll get rid of this so it doesn't look as bad. Oh, it looks worse. Oh, this looks gross. Anyway, so we're missing role prefix, channel prefix, DG. What else we're missing? DG, channel prefix, role prefix, DG, role prefix, channel prefix, G, which is just going to be the guild. And we don't actually need this. Server equals db.get server configuration. So we can do this outside of this method. So we are going to need that DG. So let's do DG, and this is going to be Discord go.session. Let's see. Set off server processing, passes locked by value. That's right. We want a pointer to Discord go.session. That should fix that. So now all these DGs are gone, which is fantastic. So we just need channel prefix, role prefix, which we will get outside of this, and then we need G, the guild. So we're actually going to take this guild and channels, and we're probably just going to combine this with the models. Oh, models.go. So the server is going to have a basically all the stuff from in here. It's going to have a guild chan and a members chan. We'll delete those, paste those in here, and we can get rid of this. So then back up at the top, we need to get the configuration for each of the channels. We don't actually need this. We don't need this. We don't actually need this. Alright, so for G equals range dg.ready.guilds, what we'll do is do a db.get server configuration for g.id. That will return a server and an error. S comma error colon equals that. If error is not equal to nil, what we will do is log.print f unable to get server config for server %s comma, and then we'll pass in the name of that server, g dot name. Oh, it's mad at me for some reason. I don't know why it would ever be mad at me. g.name, there we go. Server whatever with ID whatever g.id. So that's fantastic. S is declared but not used, but we will do that in a second. So then we'll do go, whatever I name this function, which is way too long. This is gross. Set off server processing. Set off server processing. And then this will be, we'll pass it the DG object, and then we will pass it the S object. Pointer just go invalid type. Oh, of course. I didn't rename that type yet. So this type should be a guilds and channels. It should be a models dot server, and let's just call this server. Server. We'll figure that out later. And we didn't actually initialize the old server struct here completely. So we want to do s dot guildchan. Oh, this isn't exported, so that would make sense why that didn't work. Guildchan, and we want members chan. Goofy music. You're right, this is some goofy music. Guildchan equals make chan discord go.guild create, and we'll do s dot members chan equals make that. Cannot use discord go as session value. Oh, DG is a global config. Well, that's easy enough. Global. Actually, you know what? No, we actually want what we used to have here. I'll just make this change back. DG. So that's fantastic. Oh, look at that. Someone followed me. Welcome to the stream. Sinco Moon. Appreciate it. How to reach Dark Sorcerer status in programming. Well, what you have to do to reach Dark Sorcerer status in programming is you start writing code, and then you buy a hoodie, and then you just put the hoodie up, and then you play scary music, and then you've become a Dark Sorcerer. You kill other Dark Sorcerers. No, you don't actually have to kill anyone to become a Dark Sorcerer in programming. That's a common misconception. Now, it's not like it's not fun, but you know, it's just something. Let's play some Dark Sorcerer type music. Dark Sorcerer type beat. Yeah, Ketsu, you've been killing Dark Sorcerers for no reason. And of course, also you need to switch out your regular glasses for sunglasses. That's an important thing for a programming Dark Sorcerer. So this is all you do. And if you really want to get fancy with it, you can always throw on some real shit here, like, oh, this is how you identify yourself to the other Dark Sorcerers in programming. How to reach Dark Sorcerer status in programming from jail. It's really the same process. I think you have to stab a couple of people while you're in jail to do it. But aside from that, really the same process. No real differences there. Anyway, let's get back to the real work here. No more talking about this dark sorcery stuff. Now the entire scene is too dark because I've put on too much nonsense. Let me get some lights on here. Anyway, enough about the jokes. Let's get back to work. This is very important stuff. What's the beeping sound? WTF? Is there a beeping sound? I don't hear a beeping sound. Unless you're talking about the beeping sound in your house, in which case that's a little surprise I left for you. Don't worry about it. Oh, the struct with 72 pointer could be 64. Oh, that's important. Certainly, I care about the efficiency of this program. And, sunglasses. Anyway. Let's get back to work. Very serious stuff here. So look at that. We've successfully cleaned up main. It doesn't work now, but we've cleaned it up. So that's very nice. You love to see it. So now what we have is a main function that just sets off the guild processing for each thing, and then it serves a page. And we only have 13 errors. So this one is going to be simple. If I remember how to find the button for it, there we go. This one, channel prefix, so this is going to be server.channel prefix. I think that'll solve that problem. So I don't believe it's called lowercase channel prefix, I believe it's capital channel prefix. Maybe not. Not going to worry about it. Let's get in here. So role prefix, channel prefix, whatever. So it's going to be server.channel prefix. We don't need this because we're doing that outside of it. So we're going to set off the old Discord request guild members. Colon equals there. G.id is going to be server.id. This one, the same thing. Guild chan, we need to change this to guild chan. So that's fantastic. Channel prefix will change to server.channel prefix. Same thing here. Server.channel prefix. Stop beeping now, please, thanks. Is there a beep? I don't know what the beep is. Am I dumb? What type of beep is this? It's getting louder. Could it be some sort of radiation coming off of the mask? Is that it? Is it gone now? Okay, so it was that. Huh, very strange. A little electromagnetic radiation. What am I supposed to do without the bunny ears? Guess I have to put on this other set of bunny ears. Now it's time to get back to some serious work. Trey, I can hear the voices in my head again. Oh, that's good. Those were the voices that told you to start programming, right? Fantastic that they're around now. Oh man, I want to cry every time I look at this code because it's real bad. I started out trying to write this app in a very simple, straightforward way, but this is not the sort of problem that you deal with in a simple, straightforward way. And I powered all the way through it, and now it needs, and I'm doing a refactor. But if I had understood what I was doing first, I would not have to be going through all this work. They're the ones that told me to compete with other dark sorcerers. Getsu, I don't know what you're on about with all this dark sorcerer nonsense. Don't worry about it. We in our guild don't exist, and me and Trey certainly don't have meetings underneath an old temple every Thursday night to discuss the dark sorceries. It doesn't exist. Anyway. So this role prefix will be server.role prefix. It's fantastic. Down to 2. This one will be the same thing. And this channel prefix will be the same thing-ish, but not really. Did I do this right? This will be channel prefix. So now we have compiling code, which is great. Still not going to work because we haven't set up the other function to route these guild create channel and guild members chunk things into the right place. Right now, all it does is, this is the wrong one. This one, guild members chunk function and guild create handler, we haven't routed them to their proper thread, so we have to do that. So this is kind of interesting because in the initialized Discord Go, we set up these handlers, the guild create channel handler and the guild members channel handler. We set these handlers up to, you have to set those handlers up before before we open up the call to Discord Go, I think. I can just open up a Firefox window, which I already have Firefox open, so I need to open up a new window this way, and just look through the Discord Go API. Yeah. Golang Discord Go. Look through the Discord Go API and figure out exactly the order. Trey says, "Oh, Nate, you'll be excited to know that this series has motivated me to make a quick Discord bot of my own. I'm doing mine in C#. Can't use Go because I've actually known the warm embrace of a woman, but you'll also be satisfied to know the Discord Go docs are much better than the Discord.net docs." Well, that's fantastic. I'll have you know that the cold, angry embrace of a woman that doesn't really like you that much is just as good as a warm, loving embrace. Fuck you. So anyway, this is awful. Whoever created this should be murdered. This is awful. This should go away. Anyway, let's see. Where is the thing that says? So I need to know if you need to specify the handlers before you can open up the socket, because that's going to make some differences in how some of these things kind of work. How does Discord get mid-journey alerts? What's this about? All right, don't care. I don't know how to find this information. No clue. Trey, I've had that embrace too. I just agree. Yeah. DG voice package, don't care. DCA, don't care. Would like to help the Discord Go package? No. Go. Discord, no. Discord Gophers, don't care. Not this page first, don't care. Discord Go examples, awesome. Discord Go, this chart for feature comparison. I wonder what this chart's about. Whoa. This is some nerd stuff here. Oh, look at this. The Rust client can't create, delete, and edit roles. Good thing I didn't accidentally almost do this in Rust. Looks like Discord Go can do all sorts of stuff. Can't change owner, or maybe we don't know. WS comparison. Discord Go appears to have all the stuff, so that's neat. And Trey, you said you were doing it in the in C#. Let's check out this. So Discord.net has all the WebSocket stuff. D# Plus has all the WebSocket stuff. What about the REST comparison? Discord.net has everything. And D# plus has everything. So it looks like you should have a perfectly acceptable time. You might be even be able to change owner, which is undetermined in the Go client. This is an interesting thing. I didn't realize this existed. Oh, there's one in Lua? Dang. And Haskell? Ooh, I could have done this in Haskell. Ooh, Java. Alright, the Swift one is called Sword, which I kind of appreciate. It's a shame no one writes Swift for the server, and Swift is only ever used in Swift UI. But back to work. Let's get to Go. What is it? pkg.go.dev, bwmarin, Discord Go. Let's see. So the function we are worried about is, I believe it's dg dot open. HIJKLMNO open. There's no open. Open. There we go. Opens the WebSocket connection to Discord. See this. Before your app can establish connection to the gateway, you should call get gateway, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Bunch of nonsense. Who cares? Oh, this song sucks. Vikings preparing for battle. Now that's what I want to hear while I'm writing code. Hell yeah. Hello event. Okay, this is all just a bunch of this stuff. Doesn't tell you exactly how to use the open function. I think what we're going to want to look at first is how add handler works. Session. How does it store the handlers? How does that work? Rate limiter, voice connections, mapping guild IDs to voice connections, state, updated internally with events when state enabled is true. That is something that I've determined is false, because state enabled true does not actually update automatically like I thought it did. I don't know if something's wrong with that or not. Active guilds and number of guilds, whether or not to have health sync handlers synchronously, bool, false, launch event handlers in their own Go routines. We absolutely want that. So this is called sync events. We want false. dg.sync events equals false. That is doesn't really matter, but it's right now, but this is something that will matter in the future. Should reconnect, debug, log level, MFA, token, remove below deprecated, use identify struct. So that's going to be fun later on. Let's see, sharding. That's going to be something fun to deal with later on, but we're not going to do that right now. Data ready. I was waiting on this earlier. It should be deprecated because it doesn't actually work. WebSocket is ready. Okay, I was trying to use these, and I didn't realize these were deprecated. Luckily, I no longer have to use them, but still. Ugh. Client, WebSocket dialer, user agent string, heart rate, rate limiter. So how does that add handler thing? How does that work? Handler allows you to add an event handler that will be fired anytime the Discord WASPy a event matches a function fires. First parameter session, blah, blah, blah. List of events can found blah, blah, blah. Are also synthetic events, blah, blah, blah. Return value of this method is a function that when called will remove the event handler. Huh. That's kind of neat. So let's just take a look at the code for how this add handler works. handle for interface handler, s.add event handler. So we want to go to this, and you know what, it's going to be easier to navigate through that library just in my editor. So let's check this add handler function, go to definition, s.add handler function, add handler, go to definition. So it locks the mutex, defers an unlock to the mutex. If handlers is nil, it initializes it, which makes sense. So it just appends it and returns a function that will remove it. So EHI is event handler instance, event handler, s handlers event.type equals append. Okay, so I think I can just do this at any time. So if I look into an event handler, let me see if there's going to be an issue if it receives an event that it doesn't have a handler for. I hope there's a way to make it just hold on to it and wait, but we'll see. Type returns a type of event, handle, it takes a session interface, okay. So let's see, so handle session interface runs What? Interface handler called handle takes a session and interface, and it just calls EH, but EH is the name of the event handler. What is this syntax? It's a variable. I am extraordinarily confused as to what this is supposed to mean. Handle is the handler for an interface event. Because this doesn't set it. It doesn't get anything. I'm gonna pretend like I don't know how it's supposed to work. Anyway, so adding event handlers, add event handler once. This removes it once it's done, which is fun. Add handler once, remove event handler instance, handle. So it just looks through them. If the event is in there, it calls it, else. No, if it's synced, it will call it, otherwise it will go call it. And then does it just ignore it? Huh. Let's see, all events are dispatched internally first, then they are dispatched to anyone handling the interface. Finally, they're dispatched to any type handlers. Huh. And then I guess it goes away after that? I wonder what the internal handling does. So it checks guild create, guild update, voice server update, and voice state update. And then I'm guessing... Alright, set guild IDs on voice state server update on interface. Huh. Well, this is kind of fun. Let's see what it does on the voice state update. Actually, I think that one's the one I care about. If we don't have a connection for the channel, don't bother. If st.channelid equals nothing. Otherwise, lock this bad boy up. Voice comma exists is if the voice connections, if that ID is there. We only care about user events that are about us. If s.state.user.id is not equal to st.userid return, store the session ID for later use. Huh. Interesting. I gotta be honest, this is kind of fun. This is the voice connections. Guild IDs to voice connections, which is inside of the session. Huh. Interesting. So it keeps track of some of the state, but not enough of it internally, which explains the solution, or which explains why I was having so many problems a while ago. And all I had to do was look into the only real documentation, aka the source code, to figure it out. So that's fun. You love it when, you know, an API needs you to look at the source code to know what's going on. That's exactly one of the hallmarks of a good API, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's something. Anyway, back to work. What we need to do is probably, unironically, just I'm kind of afraid to make these handlers later on. So what we'll do is we'll make these handlers real early, the same way we were going to anyway. So what we can do is go back into the database file, find db.go. So we have one to get an individual server configuration, but we'll make a new one called func s pointer to SQLite store. We'll call this get all server configs. We'll take no arguments, and we'll return it a slice of models.server and an error. Then we'll do s.storage.query. Got to flex these SQL skills. Select ID, channel prefix, role prefix from servers. And that's it. TV Josh says hello. Elwood says I'm watching. Hello, TV Josh and Elwood. I appreciate you coming in here to watch. Elwood, I mean, you'll see that my SQL is, let's call it better than superb. It's perfect SQL. And eventually I'll add a where clause on where the server still exists. You know, if it's not a deleted flag, but we're not going to worry about that for now. Anyway. No parameters, whatever. Elwood, can I get your seal of approval on this SQL? Oh, shit. Elwood, don't look. Okay, now can I get your seal of approval now that I've capitalized from? Ooh, that could have been scary. That would have been real bad. That hurt. You made me fall my chair. Please stop such funny jokes. I'm sorry, buddy. When you come to the server, or when you come to the Twitch chat, funny jokes is what you're going to get. You know? I'm a very serious person, but I like to make very funny jokes. Anyway. So we'll call this bad boy rows. Definitely not a cap Nazi on SQL. All right, well, fair enough. I thought you might be. I don't know. You got me surprised on that one. So we'll make rows, comma, error, call equals that. If error is not equal to nil, what we'll do is return nothing. A select with no where. Yeah, I just want all of them. And I would put in a limit, but like, who cares? If it's millions, it'll be fine. It's just a couple of megs, you know? I have a where on this one. And proper capitalization. So anyway, fmt.errorf. We will do unable to list server configurations, colon, %s, comma. Then we want the error message. So that's what we will return. And otherwise we'll do for rows.next. Then we will make a new server, s : equals models.server. We will make that bad boy, and then we'll do rows.scan, and then we'll pass in s dot, let's see, what do we want? We selected ID channel, so we go ID, s dot channel prefix, and then we want s dot role prefix. And then we will make this return variable. We'll do var ret slice of models dot server, and then we will return ret at the end with the nil error. And then after we've done scanning it, we will have to add it to the return. So we'll do ret equals append ret comma s. So we have that. Row.scan, of course, can fail, so we need an error. If error is not equal to nil, we will do on a fmt dot error f. Also, TV Josh, I will answer your question in a second. fmt.errf unable to scan server configs into struct %s comma error.error, and then instead of doing nothing with it, what we will want to do is return it. Fantastic. So what this oh no, right from the last change. What this is a project that used to be called WageBot that I'm renaming to FocusBot. So basically, what happened was I have this Discord server called Nate Stream Server. Please hop into it. You can find a link to it at npmaile.com. And in here, I found that in the Hangout channel, what would happen is people will be hanging out and talking and having regular conversation, and then somebody will want to talk about a project that they're working on, you know, some very highly technical thing that requires a lot of communication going back and forth, and those people will be trying to talk about the project, and other people will be trying to talk about useless bullshit, and they step on each other, and the project people are mad at the useless bullshit people, the useless bullshit people are mad at the project people. So what I did was I created a channel called the Wage Cage, which I'm renaming to the Focus Room, where people who are working on a project who really want to communicate and collaborate can discuss in peace. But what inevitably happens is they'll just go straight into the Wage Cage, and then other people will join, and then it just becomes the same problem. So what I'm doing is I'm making a Discord bot that creates focus channels, and then whenever somebody jumps into it, it will immediately give that person the ability to kick people from the channel so they can enforce it to whatever level they please. And then it creates another channel. That way you don't only have one focus channel, and if you want 10 focus channels, you don't have to keep them around all the time. You'll just create the channels and then delete them and delete the rules and create the rules as necessary. Nice. Thank you, TV Josh. It would be nice, except for the fact that you can't do it with straight API calls. And I got it working using the Discord API's WebSocket calls, which is all fine, except for the fact that you're only allowed to connect to the WebSocket API 1,000 times a day, which sounds like a lot, except you want to run this thing, you know, every 10 minutes or 10 seconds. Not 10 minutes. If you want to run it 10 minutes, it'll be fine. If you want to run it every 10 seconds, that's like 2,500 times a day. So it would work until noon, and then you would get rate limited. So you have to stay connected to the Discord WebSocket API and handle the events as they come through. So there's channel join events and channel leave events and things. And that's the easy part. The hard part is what I'm doing right now, which is the initial setting of the state, where you have to connect to the WebSocket API, ask it for all of the state of the current server, and then wrangle your channels and your data structures and all sorts of nonsense to get everything together so that you can delete the proper channels, add the proper roles, delete the proper roles, whatever. And then after that, you can just do it based on events. So what I'm trying to do is take this, I got the initialization stuff working where it gets the initial state working fine, but I'm trying to turn that into a well-factored application where I can then add in the aspects of it of the continually listening to the WebSockets. So, part of it is just clearing out the main file and making it a little bit easier to digest. Part of it is taking some of these things and turning them into their own functions that will then go into their own packages and be separated in a proper object-oriented type way. And part of it is just making it so that all the individual aspects of the program work together. So this is all not very much fun. I don't like it. Really don't like it. And I still have this big honkin' massive, I don't know what this goes from line 144 all the way to the end of the file at 357. I have this thing that I need to clean out, all of this stuff needs to be its own functions. And, each of these need to be their own function. I need to change the data types around so I'm not looping through every channel in every server so often. What else do I need to do? I need to set up a dispatcher for the events that come in Discord. Not that they're not dispatched, but I need to set up a more granular dispatcher to dispatch them to the proper thread that's handling each channel. And I think one thread per channel is fine, except it's not actually an OS thread, it's a green thread because Go has green threads. So it's going to be less than that. And then I think we'll be someplace. But in the meantime, there's a whole bunch of nonsense going on. Elwood, have a to-do list. You know what? I don't actually have a to-do list. Or I have a to-do list I just haven't done anything with. So let's log into the to-do list. This is all part of software development, children. I know some of you are far beyond this and you just want to get into the code, but project management is very important, and I've been slacking. I'm not gonna lie. Set up Trello and Jira. In fact, I might just make it a rule that you're not allowed to say Jira in this chat. I'm getting flashbacks to earlier today when I had to log into Jira at work. My job is I have to make tickets for my team for all the technical tasks, and I hate Jira so much. It's so bad. It's so bad. And it's really slow in a big organization, and of course, big organizations use it the most. Ugh. Unless Atlassian wants to hire me to fix it, in which case, I'm your man. Let me know. Give me a cool 400, 500 grand a year, and I'm willing to work on Jira. Atlassian, hit me up. Ring, ring. Yeah, Jira literally is the worst part of a job where you're required to use Jira. I mean, I hate it. So let's hop in here. And it looks like Ren Tensi starred my repository. Shout out to Ren Tensi for starring npmaile/blog. Barind Barty starred my repository. Appreciate it. Anyway, let's go to... Oh, I forget how to find... where are the projects? Do I not have... There we go. Your projects. So I have my content project. Let's see. Trey, use Azure DevOps instead. How about I use another Microsoft product? GitHub. So they have this neat little project management thing, which is pretty fun. This is a lot of things. Create a POC for WageBot, which is actually, this one's done. Done. No review stage at all. How about you use org mode? How about you shut up? I'm sorry. No need to shut up. So we have add event drivenness to WageBot. So this is something we need to do. Customize WageBot to work on multiple services. This one's in progress. Add configuration front end to WageBot. That's not going to happen for a while. Can I move this down? How do I move this down? Yeah, there we go. That's all the way down there. The PLC is done. Refactor WageBot to be a persistent server. Add event drivenness. Configurationize it to work on multiple servers. Complete markdown parsing work. This is for a different project, of course. So I'm trying to think. Do I need to add any others? I'll just do a general purpose refactor. What is it? Control space? I don't know how to do that. So this is going to be general purpose basic refactoring. And then we'll move this up to here. And then I will need to link this. Copy link archive. How do I link this to a... See, here's the problem. I don't know how to do these things. This is in progress. We're doing it literally on stream. Estimate 1,000 years of debt. Old Chinese thing. Estimate 1,000, of course. Now, so we need to, how do you use this thing? I also just hopped right into this bad boy and started trying to use it, and I don't know what I'm doing. Convert to issue? Is that what I want? I want it in WageBot. There we go. So now this is in progress. I wonder how this shows up in WageBot. So... Rocket. So this is an issue. We'll get that figured out. Ketsu, skill issue. Elwood, Nate, you MS shill. You're the MS shill. Microsoft SQL Server. What even is this? Like, what is this? How does this even work? Can I even run this program? Look at it. I gotta fill out a form to download a program? Let me show you what a real SQL Server looks like. Now this is a SQL. This is a real SQL Server, and right here, download, boom. Right here. What do you want? You want C source code? You want the documentation? You want precompiled binaries for Android, Linux, macOS, Windows, .NET, JavaScript, alternative code formats? Now this is where this is it. What about Postgres? What about Postgres? Postgres? More like Postmates. Oh, great. It didn't dox my address. I was afraid it was going to do that. Anyway, Postgres is great. I like Postgres. I've had very few problems with Postgres over my career. Never dug too deep into the specifics. I don't know. Elwood, do you have any hot takes on Postgres? I've enjoyed it. It served my purposes. I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot to say. Autistic developers can't do real SQL Server. Needs SQLite. You watch yourself. SQLite is... You know, here's the thing. Real developers don't need whole, full, fat SQL. We just need SQLite. Just a little bit extra. Little sprinkle some SQL. Sprinkle it. Sprinkly do. I'd use if on that side of the fence. All right. Well, that's not the controversy I was looking for. I'm trying to stoke some anger in the chat. Oh, SQL Server on Linux. Hold on a second, guys. What's going on here? Red Hat Ubuntu. It's good. Pro tip: don't postpone upgrading your AWS Postgres so long that they threaten to turn it off if you don't upgrade. Yeah. I gotta see what's going on with the SQL Server on Linux. Is this legit? I bet it costs money to install though. Let's just do a little break. SSH Nate at collab.npmaile.com. Welcome to the Nate Show. Sudo apt get install. Actually, I bet SQL Server costs money, and I won't be able to install it without doing a whole bunch of nonsense, right? That's probably how that works. It's no fun. It's no fun doing all this closed source stuff because you got to like pay money and fill out forms and talk to people and do things. With Postgres, you know how easy it is to get Postgres? Sudo apt get install Postgres. Okay, maybe it's not that easy. Why? They couldn't just help me out? Docker run -it Postgres latest sudo apt get install Docker. What? What? What the? Why? Why? I was trying to make a point. Why do you have to ruin it? Just let me make my point. Sudo apt get upgrade. Sudo apt get install Docker. How do I... Anyway. Yes. All right. So apparently, all the operating systems and their environments and their database solutions have some minor problems. SQL Server 2022 developers, a full-featured free edition licensed for use as a development and test database in a non-production environment. Elwood, everything I do goes to production. Please, please. This is 4 minutes of problems. I do kind of want to download it just for funsies. Where's the download developer? Can I? Oh, you literally can just down. It's a exe though, so I don't know what to do with this. So it's here. There we go. So we got that figured out. What is this Express thing? How does this work? Oh, it's another exe. Great. You know how much I love exes. So they don't have a SQL, they don't have a developer version for Linux? Well, that's a little disappointing. And I would gladly run it, but I'm on my Mac right now. You know what, Elwood? One of these days, I'm going to come up with some problem that requires a database solution so extreme that I will have no choice but to ask you to come on the stream with me and tell me everything about how databases work and how to do everything. You know, maybe I'll have you just do a database explainer or something. And when I say this, I mean you'll have no choice in the matter. I will be holding you at gunpoint. Ha. High availability. Where am I? What am I doing? I can't even remember. I'm so far off track. I'm gonna go grab a sip of water, and I will be like right back. Like just set a timer for exactly 21 seconds. That's how long it'll take me. Starting now. I'm back. Time. How many viewers did I lose? None. Great. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm starting to think that I'm maybe not getting the hang of this Twitch thing, but at least I'm doing better than some people. I don't know. And when I say I mean it's okay. Spendrift, please give me money. Gotta throw back on the official programming bunny ears. Alright. Let's get this dispatcher going. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get that stuff from the SQLite store. These things, instead of getting the server configuration from here and then creating these here, we'll create them milliseconds before we initialize Discord Go. So we'll just delete that here, paste that here. So then what we'll do is do a servers, comma, you know what? Yeah, servers, comma, error, colon equals db dot get, oh, unforced error. The real go heads among you will know exactly what I've done. I'll leave it a mystery to everyone else. Oh. Why did I call it get server configuration? I want get all server configs. V Y G G P P. There we go. Real go heads will know what I just did there. dv.get all server configs. Fantastic. Servers declared not used. So then what we'll do is in this initialize DG, we will pass in servers, which is of course of type slice of models.server. Let's go to definition here. Initialize takes in servers slice of models.server and then a token. Potentially unused parameter servers. Oh no. Ooh. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in this bad boy into this create handler function. Instead of having to create guild channel, we're just going to pass it the servers. And then instead of passing the add handlers thing, guild members, whatever, words, we're just going to pass in servers. And then this bad boy, guild members, is going to... Alright, this is a little confusing to describe. So guild members chan func, it returns a function that takes the thing. I'm not going to explain it. We'll figure this out, though. So we're going to call this servers, and then it's going to be a slice of models.server. Then we'll do the same thing here. Oh, did not do that in a way that you could do that. We're going to call this servers, and it'll take in a slice of models.server. And then this is going to be the complicated part. Once this is running, no, this is only necessary for the startup because we won't need create guild handlers or create or guild members channel. Oh, I don't know how to explain what I'm thinking. Imagine I just said something really smart and that you understand exactly what I'm about to do and why I have to do it. And why I'm not doing another thing. So can we all agree to imagine that? Fantastic. So we can't just send a guild members chunk off. We need to go for underscore. Let's loop through all the servers. If server.id equals gm.guild ID, then what we're going to need to do is, oh shoot, I never initialized in get all server configs. I get back all the servers I want, but I need to go through and initialize a channel for each one. So we're going to go underscore, oops, for underscore comma s colon equals range servers I don't know how to use my keyboard. We're initializing the guild chan, and members chan channels. Does the star parameter mean it's a pointer? When it's used as a parameter in a function, it means it's a pointer to that thing. When it is used in just in a regular block, it means that it's dereferencing a pointer. It's very similar to how it works with C, except you can't do fun things like pointer arithmetic. Ugh. Go doesn't let you write unsafe code. You're not allowed to segfault anything. Useless. Anyway. Guild create chan we don't need anymore, of course. And since all three of these do the same thing, we can just put them all right next to each other. So that's beautiful. So anyway. So if the server ID matches the guild ID, and of course I should do this with a map instead of a slice, but I expect this only to ever be installed on millions of servers, and looping through millions, who cares? That doesn't take forever. So then what we'll do is server.guild chan, and then we'll write to it the GM. What? Oh. We want members chan. So what this does is this writes this data structure, which of course is this Discord go.members chunk that's passed into the function, to this channel, and then we will return. So if it can't find the guild ID, or if it can't find the server inside of this handler, it will just finish and be done with it, and it'll all get garbage collected. If it can find it, it will write it. So you create a construct and do updates and changes on it in batches rather than looping. If updating changes on large sets of data, use set logic. Yes. And also yes. Can you use some kind of array filter there? In Go, they don't really have niceties like array filters and iterators and things. Most of the time, you have to just do it the old-fashioned way. You will hear me say _thing, :range stuff so many times. It's a little bit more explicit about what's going on when it comes to like a new programmer. It's a little bit more typing for the user. But we don't really do filters in Go. There's packages that do it, but I don't know that it's all that worth it. What I really should do is have it be a hash map, which is just in Go as a primitive type called map. That way, instead of looking through the server's IDs, you just immediately go to that. But I haven't done that. That's going to be a later optimization. Right now, I'm just trying to get it to work, and there's some nonsense around initialization and figuring out how to properly do the hash map that I just don't want to think about right now. Just like the lowest amount of thought. I'll probably do that sort of thing off stream, because it's really hard to think while talking. I mean, you've already seen me get caught up on not knowing how to explain what I want to do. So I try to do everything as simple as possible when I'm on stream, and then off stream later I can clean it up more and make it nice, if that makes sense. Anyway, so this will be identical in this function, except the only thing is instead of members chan, we will do create chan, guild chan, and this one will be called GC, which I don't know why. Oh, it's guild create. And this will be gc.guild-id. Guild create doesn't have a guild ID. Is it just called ID? Okay. So now it's not complaining at me, except for the fact that I'm not using the servers. Unused right to field guild chan, unused right to field members chan. But am I not using it later on? These are being used. What do you mean, unused right? Am I not modifying? This value of error is not used. That makes sense. Let's just go with these bad boys. Unused right. So I'm looping through the servers, setting the server's name of the thing. It's not a slice of pointers to models.server, so it is using the actual server, is it not? Unused right. Am I dumb? Do I fundamentally misunderstand something about Go? Reports instances of writes to struct fields and arrays that are never read, specifically when a struct object or an array is copied. The elements are copied implicitly by the compiler. Any element write... Oh. Input T for I, ranked input. V as a copy, unused right to field. Huh. Well, I can fix this. Let's make this take pointers to servers. So it's a slice of pointers to model.server. And then this one will take a slice of pointers to model.server. And this will be a slice of pointer to model.server. And this will take the address, the address, the address, the address, the address, the address. There we go. So now we should be back, and I have an error. Oh, of course. This needs to take a slice of pointers to models.server. And these need to take a slice of pointers to model.server. So now we're modifying the actual struct instead of copying it. I swear they must have changed that functionality or something. They probably didn't. I'm probably just stupid. I usually don't modify structs in a loop like that, but whatever. So let's see if this will work as is or if it won't. Now it is free and quick and easy to just run it and then see what happens. But you know, I got 20 minutes left in the stream, so we're just going to analyze it line by line. Using the old debugger between the ears instead of doing it the easy way and actually just looking to see if it works. Actually, I do want to see if it actually runs. Go run main.go. I don't know that I have any... Is it working? I don't think I actually print any indication of anything at all. Yeah, there's no indicator that anything is happening. I'm not logging anything at all. So let's do log.println starting up. We'll do a log.println got server configs println. We'll do log.println dg initialized, and we'll do a log.println listening on :8080 which of course should be parameterized, but it's not because it's hard-coded there. Why can't it be hard-coded here? Go run main.go. Take a bit to compile, and then it'll probably fail because I don't have the SQLite server up. Or not SQLite server. You don't need a server. I just need a file for SQLite, but I don't have anything there. There we go. Unable to list server configurations, no such stable servers. Did it actually create the SQLite database, though? SQLite 3 DB. Oh, look at that. So what we want to do is create table. I'm not going to do this raw, actually. .q. There we go. We'll open up the text editor again. Visual split. Edit. Except we're not going to edit. We're going to open up in terminal mode. And then we'll go back to db/. We will find db.go. So what we need is, in this initialization function, we'll probably want to do a db.exec, which takes arguments of query string, args, returns an error. So we'll do a real quick create table if not exists, servers. Oh man, my SQL is failing me. Let me get up the old docs here. Create SQLite server. No. Create table SQLite. Alright, create table if not exists. Schema name dot table name as whatever, or do column def, table constraint, table options. Got it. Text, always with text probably. Servers, and then it has, what is it? Channel prefix, role prefix ID. So ID, how do I, table name, column data type, column data type, column data type, got it. So where was I? Create table if not exists, servers, ID, and this is pissing me off. There we go. So ID, text, channel prefix, text, role prefix, text, and then we probably want a UUID, something. I mean, Discord's already giving us a UUID in this ID field, so it's probably fine. So I'm not going to worry about it. Underscore, comma, error, colon equals, if error is not equal to, oh, I didn't realize I was doing this on multiple lines. I'm dumb. If error is not equal to nil, we will return, let's see, nil, comma, fmt.errorf. This will work for my purposes. Fantastic. So colon equals will be equals. And then what we'll do is go run it and see what happens there. Unable to get new SQLite data store incomplete input. Do I need a semicolon or something? That didn't like, it didn't like that. Oh, I forgot to do one of these. There we go. I wanted to get server config for server with ID, whatever, because it got a, because they didn't put anything in there, so that's good. So we'll do SQLite 3 DB, and we'll do insert into servers, ID, channel prefix, role prefix, values, and then we want that ID. With quotes. Whoops. You want single quotes or double quotes? My SQL is so bad. Let's go single quotes. So we want channel prefix, which will be probably, what's the channel prefix going to be? Focus, room, space, and then the role prefix will be focus, king, space. Did that work? Let this run? We'll see. Unable to scan server configs into struct. Scan error on column 0, name ID, destination auto pointer. So that one's pretty easy to solve. I just have to stop being silly and do this properly. Nope. I want this. Nope. No idea where the ampersand key is. I am just wildly... Oh, I'm dumb. Alright. Let's try this again. Is it here? 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 There we go. Got one. There we go. Oh. One of these, and one of these, and then I'll do it up here. Do it here. Got server configs, DG initialize, listening on 8080. What are the odds that in my Discord it created a new server? It did. It's called Focus Room number 0. Actually, no, that's an old one. It didn't actually work. It didn't run at all. Let's delete this. Delete Focus Room. Delete the old wage cage. That's some legacy nonsense. And then let's run this bad boy again. And this Firefox window is getting on my nerves. The Discord window is still kind of getting on my nerves, but I don't mind it as much. So if we run it, does it ever at any point in time create a new focus room? It does not. So we've broken it in our efforts of making it better. However, we've made a lot of progress in making it work for multiple servers, at least set up to be working for multiple servers. So that's that. At some point, I will come back and fix it, and then complete the refactor, and then complete the program, and then we'll be able to use it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sticking with it. And I will catch you guys at a later time. I hit the wrong button. That's the one we want. Anyway, check me out on all the social media stuff. You know what to do. Catch you guys on the flip. Adios.